All right, I'm the flat rate master, and well, I got my butt handed to me by an R1234yf car. The car was in a video. Long story short, Honda Civic 2018 kicked my butt. It came in with an AC complaint. It's R1234yf, the new refrigerant. And if you're not familiar with charging those systems, the machine won't let you charge a full charge if it fails the vacuum test. And that car failed the vacuum test. Now, when I initially brought it in, I had a known leak on an AC hose. The AC hose that always leaks on those Hondas. And the condenser looked like it was driven down a gravel road with a dump truck in front of it because it was basically blocked out. So I went ahead and sold them a condenser as well because, well, it wasn't flowing a whole lot of air, so it was going to degrade cooling performance, and said I need to recheck after that. Well, I got those in, and well, now instead of a slight vacuum leak, I had a massive vacuum leak. Well, obviously, I knew I probably did something wrong, so I took apart the parts that I had installed, checked all the O-rings, put new O-rings in there, still a massive vacuum leak. Well, I'm like, charge the system with CO2, could not find any dye, and I made a mistake, and we'll get into that. But anyway, like, okay, it's gotta be in the evap core, because I've checked the entire system and it's nowhere else is leaking. My mistake was I didn't check the new condenser. In the meantime, I started taking apart the evap core to go ahead and check on that. Now, the system had already been, well, messed with, and I pulled this hose, and hopefully it'll show up, but it is broken right at the O-ring. So I'm like, nailed it. Okay, this is my vacuum leak. The hose I replaced does not go to this, but I'm like, I was messing with stuff, you know. The charging hose does go here, so I'm like, okay, I aggravated this and made it worse. So we got that in the next day, and I still had a vacuum leak. Charged it with CO2, used 2 bottles of the bullseye fluid from ATS, could not find any leaks. Checked the evap core again at the expansion valve, still didn't find any leaks. I'm tearing my hair out, you know, because I don't want to pull a dash and not fix the car, so I had, you know, backed off from doing the evap core. So I'm like, okay. So I charge it with CO2 again, and I spray everything outside the car with soapy water, including my brand new condenser from Honda. It has a cut down the back side. That's my vacuum leak, or one of my vacuum leaks. So okay, got damaged in shipping or whatever, because I know I did not do that. And so we got a new condenser coming in the next day, put that in, and I still have a vacuum leak. Except I've got a very, very small vacuum leak. Like, as in the gauges moved a micron. Literally on an R134A system, I wouldn't even have noticed it. That's how small the vacuum leak was. I charged it again with CO2, looked for leaks, kept looking, could not find a leak. So then I did a partial charge with 1234yf, which the machine will let you do, but it won't let you go any further. And went around the car with my sniffer, could not find an actual leak. The system would only leak on vacuum. So I'm like, it's gotta be a seal. So I went back and checked all my O-rings again, still no leak fix. I finally told the service writer, I'm ordering a compressor. I'm gonna bolt the lines up to it and see if that fixes my vacuum leak. because that's the only seal that I could not check. I mean, I charged the system with CO2 and sprayed the compressor clutch, shaft seal, all that, and it did not change colors. It only leaked on vacuum. Yeah, it was the compressor seal. It was the front seal on the compressor. The vacuum would pull it open and it would leak. Charge it, it would seal. How well, I don't know, because I never got it to leak, but it would not hold vacuum because of that shaft seal. And just frustrating. I mean, frustrating. I could have literally done the dash pull and been in the same situation I was, because it would not have fixed it. Luckily, even though we sold it to the customer, I did not do the evap core. Wound up selling him a compressor, and it bounced out about the same money, but his AC is now fixed, leak-free, and rechecked the evap core. It's not leaking. I'm guessing it was done by Honda at some point. The car had over 100,000 miles, so it's been around the block a few times, and so I'm guessing the evap core's already been done. Pulled my hair out on a AC system. That is the frustration we're gonna see with 1234yf, as fun as that is. Hope you enjoyed my pain. As always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.